How's it going? See, when I started doing these live things, right? Honestly, this is like honestly, and as if like all the rest of the time just lying, But honestly, from the heart. When I started doing these live things, right, I was literally, figuratively, and honestly prepared to like risk it all. I was like, I can. This is probably annoying to folk, but I was prepared to like have in my mind, this is for real, in my mind when I started going live, I was like, in my mind, I'm prepared for everybody to unfriend me and for me to be left with no friends on my Facebook, just for me wanting to go live. Yeah, I mean, so now as it stands now, I go, well, some folk are still following me, so that's alright. So I feel like I'm winning the Olympic gold medal every day, innit? So by the end of the day, I'm winning the Olympic gold medal every day, innit? Because I'm doing what I do. So, you know what I mean? If anyone wants to, if it serves some purpose for somebody else, then I've done my job. You know what I mean? Yeah. How's your summer going? Mine just flower blooming all the time. Smell the roses, smell the grass. Oh man, winter can kiss my ass. Yeah, you can kiss my ass because the people in Texas can kiss my ass. I remember what I was watching this late night hang back in the day. Back in the day, they used to say, play that song, get it going in a band played. And still today, you hear them say, play that song, all that love Mr. DJ, the times have changed. It's still the same. We all need a minute to get away, so let it go, feel the flow. If you got soul, let the world know. I was watching this late night back in the day thing about it was about capital punishment and all these different programs related, and they had a debate. They had a debate with folk from all different sides of the table, round this table, debating capital punishment. It was intense as fuck. They had a victim of someone who'd killed her husband, murdered her husband, who was advocating for the death penalty. Then they had like an executioner. Remember that big fat guy, Texas guy. Texas, the people in Texas could kiss my ass. That guy, the big guy, executioner, advocating against it, saying it's brutal, it's horrific. And then there was that human rights lawyer, what's his fucking name? Really, really, really left liberal leaning guy who was basically saying, look, in the future there's not going to be such a thing as criminal. What's the word? There's not going to be such a thing as criminals. It's just all going to be, well, you did it for a reason, so we'll rehabilitate you. There is no right and wrong or something like that. He was sort of saying that. That's quite interesting, So there was a policeman who was advocating for it, and it was somebody else as well. So it was fascinating, really intense late night debate, stuff like that. That's the shit I like. Real shit, real emotion, yeah, real shit. That good stuff, yeah, that good stuff, oh, yeah. Flower blooming, yeah. All the time, yeah. And, that's what I was saying before. It's like summer's here, and we've got a bit of a lull in the weather, innit? Because it's gone a bit, yeah. But you got to keep the energy levels high, keep your spirit levels high, yeah. Why I man, spirit levels is actually quite clever, But the was it listen, why I man? We had no way staying afloat. Had to leave on a ferry boat. Economic refugees on the road to Germany. Had to back up Maggie's hand. Times were tough in Geordie land. Got what tools and what can gear. Gumped it all from Newcastle here. Why I man? Going to, economically deprived, and we had to go. Maggie Thatcher took our fucking jobs, didn't she? We had to go to fucking Germany. Apparently they say hashtag Jerry Conlon in the name of the father, Guildford 4 pub bombings, that kind of thing, right? Apparently they say that there's more Irish. I don't know whether it's still the case. There's more Irish in Ireland than there is in, I was at the Hingeby, right? And she goes, are you Irish? You sound like you're Irish. And I said, no, my name is Keenan. And I think my grandparents, this is the funny thing, I said this before, I don't even know whether it was my grandparents or my grandparents, my great-grandparents that moved over from Ireland to Stranraer, you know. Granny Keenan, rest in peace, you know. That was a story. That, see, when I did one of my 200-mile bike rides, right, that was living the dream, right? Because I'd always, when I was like younger, I had this dream of cycling to Stranraer. It was like 80-mile when I was like a teenager. I did do 70-mile rides when I was a teenager anyway, right? But that was a big dream achieved. That, like, in lockdown, I did the 200-miler round by air. And what I did was I did them freeze to air, right? 80-mile on 0 food and drink. So it's like 3.5 hours or something like that. And I got to Dunragget. There's a wee petrol station. I'm like, you know what? I could stop at this petrol station and get some food, but no. I was like feeling a bit shaky and a bit kind of punch drunk. I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to go the whole hog. I'm going to go all the way to Stranraer without eating any food, you know, just testing the mind. Because I'm like, well, I'm not going to die. We're not in the desert, you know. Everything's relative. So I just cycled all the way there, and then I got there, and then the feeling of euphoria, I can't really put it into words. But first leg of that, I did that 8 times in lockdown. But that one, 80-miler. 80 mile to Stranraer. Got to Stranraer. Obviously, I'd had porridge and coffee before I left the house, but I had nothing to eat, and really should be eating a little and often. But I had 3.5 hours of quite heavy cardio, nothing to eat or drink. That tests the fucking focus, doesn't it? That you've got to be in good condition to do that. And I did that. Got to Stranraer, had something to eat. Sat there in the boating in the park, right? Near and the little bakery, the little, what's the name of the fucking bakery? Simpson's, the bakery is still there. Incredible. And it's all different now, innit? You don't have the, anyway. Park Lane, where my gran used to live, and I went up there and I sat, and all the endorphins and everything flowing, and I sat there by the boat, near the boating lake. You know, the one where my dad beat the crap out of me because anyway, I'll get to that story, right? And I'm sitting there, and like crying my eyes out, and the sun comes out, and I'm like, oh yeah. It's quite emotional, you know. Like, Dad and Gran's gone, but I'm kind of winning, you know. Anyway, so it's quite cool. But that going back in the day, I was in the boating lake with my brother, and we were out just paddling about in the boating lake. I was probably only about 10 or something. And then he shouted over at me, and I was just, "Hi, Dad," waving over at him. Thinking that he was just waving, but he was actually calling us in. He was basically saying to us, "Look, come in," but he didn't say it loud enough, so I thought he was just saying, "Hiya." So then we didn't, took a bit of time to come back to the thing. And when I got to the land, grabbed me by the arm, took me into my grand's house, took me into the cupboard and beat the crap out of me. My gran was like upset, and I was like speaking to my mum over the phone and everything, saying like he needs to get a job or whatever it was, you know. Basically it completely misunderstood me, basically beat the crap out of me for doing fuck all wrong. So that was nice, wasn't it? You know, it was like, as I say, completely misunderstood. Like he didn't shout loudly. I wasn't going against him. Is the point? He thought I was disrespecting him and not going in, not doing what I was told. But it was the complete opposite. And that was the story of my entire experience with my dad, being completely misunderstood. See that In the Name of the Father film with Daniel Day-Lewis, right? And I watched that at cinema. That summed it up. He says, the prison scene, check it out. He goes, "Why'd you always follow me? Why'd you always follow me when I do something wrong? Why'd you never follow me when I do something right?" That kind of sums it up. My whole relationship with my dad. Never getting praised for doing something good, but being spanked, being chastised, using the belt on me and stuff for doing what? Having fun, having a laugh. So it's quite a fucked up relationship, looking back, that I had with my dad. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but fuck it. You know, grief porn, whatever. Thing is, my last video when I was sat at his grave, I don't know whether I shared that, but again, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like, it's for me. I need to heal from this shit. So 2.7 thousand views it got, I don't know, like 19 comments or something, and it's like, well, there's other, if I wasn't doing it for, this is the funny thing, I wasn't doing it to virtue signal, oh look at me, I'm so sensitive, nothing like that. I was just doing it because I felt the need to do it. Duh. And if folk connected with it, cool. But you know what I mean? It's like, I did that because I felt the need to do it. It's for me. It's all for me. All of this shit I've been doing is for me. It's not for anyone else. So folk can look on the sidelines, like a few folk were doing and saying, oh, that's private, keep it private and all that. And it's like, and some folk might be thinking, oh, he's trying to virtue signal and he's trying, oh, he's looking for sympathy. Yeah. Aye, that's what it is, aye, so it is. Nah. Sorry I had the, you know, the free spirit and the single-minded focus and the intuition to do what the fuck I want to do in my life. Yeah, you know what I mean? Right. I can't hit the finish button because it's saying slow connection, so my fingers, right, I can do it now. Right, bye. Have a lovely day.